Thank you very much for your kind introduction. Respected Vice Chancellor of BUP, Major General Muhammad Imdadul Bari, respected Pro Vice Chancellor of BUP, Professor Dr. M. Abdul Kashem Mujumdar, Dean of Faculty of Science and Strategic Studies, Brigadier General Muhammad Siddiqul Alam Shikdar, Chairman of Department of Law of BUP, Lieutenant Colonel Shirajuddin Ahmed, distinguished keynote speaker Dr. Muhammad Ishadul Karim from the Faculty of and my dear students, friends from media, Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to you all. So today I'm very glad to be here and I'm very thankful to BUP for inviting me as chief guest in this excellent event. So at the outset, I want to ask few questions. Are you ready, students? This more formal speech, but after hearing from the keynote speaker, I thought I should talk to you in different issues. How many of you are using emails? Raise your hand. All right, okay. Maybe some of you are using Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo. Very few, right? Because they are disappearing. Okay, so don't use that. Because it is insecure. Okay, how many of you use smartphones? Okay. Many of you have raised two of your hands. Maybe you have two phones, right? Yes, that is possible. Because you have seen in the presentation that we are using 100 million mobile phones. And near about 30%, maybe Mr. Bari can actually tell us the actual picture because he was leading BTRC for a long time, and during his tenure we have actually done a lot of progress in BTRC in terms of smartphone penetration, rolling out 3G, rolling out 4G, and different new technologies are coming in telecom sector. So you know that we have 100 million mobile phones, and out of 100 million we have near about 30% smartphones. So how many of you use Android phone? Android? Okay. Do not use that. This is not secure. Because you see, during the keynote presentation, our respected Dr. Eshadul presented before us that there are many mobile applications which are very, very and risky. Whenever you are installing all these mobile applications in your phone, this mobile app can breach your security. They can collect your personal photos, your information, whatever you have in your smartphone. Can you imagine what can be happened? So should we use these smartphones? If we are really sincere and serious about our security, about our private data, so we should not use, right? But we cannot live without smartphones, without emails, without internet a single day. So how many of you are using internet? Maybe all, right? So I see some of the front row sitting here They are not raising their hands. Okay. You see, we have 3 different categories of citizens in our country. Guess who are they? Like first, you, my friends, students, you are the digital natives, right? You are the millennial generation. So most of you born after 2000? Before? After 90s? I think you all are younger than me, right? So I born in 1980s, right? They already presented all of my basic information about me. So you born after 90s, right? So you born and brought up with internet, digital technologies. That is why I'm considering you as digital natives. Us, we are adapters. Like in some point of our life, we are converting us from analog to digital, right? So we are adapters. We are trying to adapt with new technologies. Third, our mother, our father, our forefather, our grandfather, they are outliers. They don't want to use internet. They don't have interest to the new technologies or digital devices. So we have to design all of our services, all of our products for these 3 different types of citizens. Am I right? Because we have to customize, we have to personalize all of our services, all of our products for this different group of people. So, you all are agreed that we cannot stop using internet, we cannot ignore smartphones, we cannot stop using emails. So what we can do? We have to secure our cyberspace. And Dr. Ershadul is perfectly presented before us. What are the areas where we should look? The first of all, you all know that the recent debates about Cambridge Analytica, right? And if you look and if you watch the recent keynote presentation was given by Mr. Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, in F8 2019, he mentioned about future is private. He spoke about how Facebook can secure all of their data, though they're continuously under attack, under by cyber attack, and they're losing their data, and they have acknowledged all these incidents in their public speech. So in Bangladesh, what is the scenario? I have asked you about the emails. You know, when we are using this Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo.com, so all this data, they are hosting outside of Bangladesh, like in US or Singapore, somewhere in the world. Do you think this data is protected? If their server, if their data center somehow being hacked, then what happened with our data? And that is why from the government of Bangladesh, we have introduced a data protection guidelines. And from the Bangladesh Bank, from the central bank, we have issued a government order that all these critical information infrastructures like National Bureau of Revenue, like what Dr. Eshadul mentioned about national digital ID cards, passport, all these information infrastructures, they should store their data in Bangladesh, inside the territory of Bangladesh, because we cannot trust on the foreign, on the foreign companies, on the multinational companies. So we should secure our data and we should store all of our personal data in Bangladesh. But we cannot ensure Facebook or Google, we cannot give them pressure that they should set up their data center, they should set up their server in Bangladesh. And that is why we are urging you, because you are the student of law, and I'm also happy to share with you that I'm also a student of law. And and why this cybersecurity issue is coming to our law faculty? Because when citizens are raising their freedom of speech or freedom of expression, their private data or data privacy issues, they have to come to you. If you are not aware about data protection, privacy policy, how can you provide proper advice to the citizen? And that is why I'm really happy to know that BUP has taken this responsibility to organize this kind of a seminar, and I hope this kind of seminar and workshop orientation programs will continue. And from ICT division, I just want to assure you, from the government side, we also feel that we have to enact a data protection law immediately. Because without having this data protection law, we cannot protect our citizens' right. But at the same time, there are some debates, there are some issues, like when you are talking about privacy policy, when you are talking about data protection, there are some issues that are coming, like freedom of speech, freedom of expression. So how you can mitigate and balance all these two different issues? So my point is, we have to enact our laws. At the same time, we have to encourage all the private companies, all the private platforms, they should also develop their self-regulations. Like Facebook, like Google, if they are coming with their self-regulations, these things will be much more easier to balance, to tackle, to handle by the government. Because like company like Google, Facebook, Amazon, Alibaba, if you talk about our local companies like Pathao, Sahaj.com, Bikash, they have huge amount of data. They're collecting citizens' data every moment, but we don't know how they're using our data, how they're using our personal data, how they're protecting, how they're storing all this data. Because recently, Honorable Advisor, Architect of Digital Bangladesh, Mr. Sajib Wajid Joy, instructed us that we should talk to the central bank, to NBR, to Passport Authority, to Election Commission, for introducing all of these guidelines. And that is why now all this digital wallet, all these mobile financial service providers, now they are hosting their data in Bangladesh. We have developed our Tier 4 certified data center under ICT division for the government activities. You all know that we have one of the largest national government portal in the world, where we have more than 40,000 websites, but we don't have the category of data. Like what kind of public data will be available for use? We have opened many of our general data for public by using the national portal, but we have to categorize all this data. What are the fields we can give public, and what are the fields of the citizens what should not be in the public? So these are the basic things for using citizens' data. Now we are introducing 4 different platforms under Digital Security Act. The first is Digital Security Council. This kind of platform we did not have before, but now we're going to set up our Digital Security Council headed by Honorable Prime Minister. Then the second platform we are going to set up, that is Digital Security Agency. Though it is not to protect the public data or citizens' data, but it would help you to protect citizens' data. If anyone breaching your private security or they are collecting illegally your data, that Digital Security Agency will protect you. That security agency will take some preventive measures to protect citizens' data. Recently, we have set up our government email services. So under that platform, we have already given 70,000 government emails to our officials. And we have a target to provide 200,000 government emails, so that our government officials should not use Gmail, should not use Hotmail or Yahoo, because it's really insecure. You know, we have many examples, references, where many ministers, high officials, they face severe legal challenges by using private email platforms. So these are the initial initiatives what we have taken. And also third is Digital Forensic Lab. Because when you are detecting that someone is trying to hack you, someone is trying to collect your data illegally, but if you don't have that platform, if you don't have that technology, you cannot track down those criminals. You cannot collect the digital evidence for protecting your data, your information, your infrastructure, and collecting the digital evidence. You need Digital Forensic Lab. And what we are going to set up this world-class Digital Forensic Lab. Though we have few digital forensic labs already under CID, under control of certified authority, and also we are planning to set up a very high definition, high capacity digital forensic lab and specialized cyber security lab. It is like a cyber gym, where all these cyber protectors and attackers will meet and they will do some simulation so that they can actually practice how to protect our cyberspace. So we are happy to announce that we are going to set up our first cybersecurity specialized lab in BUP within short time. And it will cost about near about 20 crore taka. An honorable ICT advisor, he has already given his consent to set up this cybersecurity specialized lab in university level, and that would be first in BUP. Because you know that we have near about 100 million internet users and 100 million mobile users. So we have to secure our cyberspace. We have identified near about 20 critical information infrastructures like civil aviation, central banks, many private banks under central bank. So all these critical information infrastructures need to be secured. And the last, not but the least, that is computer incident response team. Because if you don't have this computer incident response team, you cannot monitor, oversee all of your infrastructures. So nowadays, if one person wants to attack any person, or one country wants to attack any other country, they don't need to launch any atomic bomb. They can just attack in their cyberspace. We all know the incident of Estonia in 2007, incident in many different countries who have suffered by cyber attack severely. And you all know 3 years back, we lost huge amount of money from our central bank. We cannot afford this kind of attacks anymore. So for that reason, we want to secure our cyberspace, and Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina declared her vision to build digital Bangladesh, and she dedicated this vision to the youth of Bangladesh. And I'm confident that you are talented, you have that capacity and capability to protect our citizens' data, to protect our country, to secure our cyberspace, and you will lead digital Bangladesh in future. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangla.